Okay.
Okay, and welcome everybody to week number 17 of NFL picks. This is the last week, the final week of the NFL season games, and then after that, it's the playoffs. So, we got a lot of games that are lined up for week 17, and we got a lot of playoff matches. Well, a lot of teams that are hoping that'll make the playoffs, and some that hope to grab like the number one seed or whatever it shall turn out. But you know, forgive me, folks, with how I do with the playoffs thing and stuff, because I don't really do all that great. Like when I say about the wild cards and all them other things, just bear with me. I don't really do a lot of playoff predictions, but I'm trying my best. But let's get right into this. As I apologize once again for not doing week 16 and a few others. Well, I've been extremely busy, with stuff going on here, and hope everybody had a very Merry Christmas as well, because this
Yep.
is being filmed on December 27th, and it's been rough for me, but it's, like how it's been going, but I did have a good Christmas. That's the important thing. Got to spend it with my family, and that's basically it. All right, so I do have a guest with me, my good old buddy, and you know who he is.
That's right. It's me. It's me. It's A Pizzle 9D. YouTube, what's good? How you doing? Week 17. Oh, what the hell? Take that off. Um, yeah, week 17. I can't believe this year has already flown by so fast. It feels like yesterday it already started. Just the week NFL just started.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but now we're at the final week. One of our teams is Don. One of our teams is in the playoffs as of right now. Will that change? One of us, no. One of us, we'll see. So yeah, let's
Right.
get into it.
Yes, indeed. So, for our first matchup, now, this is pretty much the first one that comes up on the schedule. Well, it's two teams that are pretty much not in playoff contention, but we'll just have to do them anyway. So, the first one is the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills.
Oh, of course we had to start here.
And
Um,
it's the first one to
well,
schedule. I mean, I could have started somewhere else, but so
no, it makes sense because for the past few years, Dolphins have really sucked in December. When games really needed to count, we have actually absolutely laid a goose egg in every single game except for the Miami Miracle, which happened a couple weeks ago against the Patriots.
yep, the Miami Miracle.
Now, yeah, the Miami Miracle. Last week, we absolutely looked horrible against the Jacksonville Jaguars, and now we're going up to our most famous adversaries in the Buffalo Bills up in cold Buffalo, New York. And like Steve said, this is a game featuring two teams that are going absolutely nowhere. But the Bills are playing hard, and you have to wonder about the motivation of the Dolphins playing in the cold Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
As much as I would love for us to win this game, I would like to have a better pick in the draft. So give me the Bills to win this game. Final score 24-17.
That is surprising, but because I'm actually on the other side, I'm actually picking the Dolphins in this one because,
Oh, wow.
yeah, even though you said before about them losing before, but I think pretty much they're going to rebound in this one, even though it's going to put them at 8-8 and they'll finish at 500. But like you said about the draft pick, but I just think pretty much that they're a better team than the Bills in this one. The Bills been playing like absolutely like dog shit, and it's only going to get better for them if they get like some draft picks in the NFL draft coming up, and that pretty much will be it. So give me the Dolphins for the win over the Bills, 26-17.
Okay.
All right, and our next one. Make sure I didn't skip any. Okay, next one. Two more teams that are not in playoff contention: the Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The
Oh,
Atlanta
God.
the Atlanta Falcons are kind of a surprise to me. I thought that they were going to make the playoffs this year. I really thought because I do like them. They're in my top five, for favorite teams as well, besides the Ravens and a couple other teams, like I said before. But the Buccaneers got off to a good start with the hashtag Fitzmagic, and that pretty much stopped like after week 3 or 4. And the Buccaneers come off their loss against the Cowboys, and the Falcons come off a win against the Panthers. So, like I said, two teams that really are not in playoff contention, but should be a pretty decent matchup though. But I had the Falcons in this one over the Buccaneers, and that's all I'm gonna say. Falcons winners 28-16.
Well, Steve, the Falcons are playing consecutive road games, which is tough with nothing to play for going forward.
Mm-hmm.
But the Bucs have had issues all season long on defense, which should make for a big day for Matt Ryan. Look for a lot of points, but the Falcons, I think, take it in the end. 35-28, Falcons.
Okay. Next one is a battle of these two teams, the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants. One team that's not in playoff contention, the other is the Cowboys, according to here, are currently. I want the playoff one. Here we go. The Cowboys are currently the number 4 seed with a 9-6 record for the in their division, and a loss right here. And this one, I don't know. I mean, I think pretty much they're in contention, and the Giants pretty much nothing really to say about them. The Cowboys come off a win, and the Giants pretty much, like I said, but should be a pretty fair matchup though. But I pretty much am in favor of the Cowboys in this one. Could this be Eli Manning's final season with the Giants? I don't know. I mean, is he like 38 or something, or 30?
I think he's 37.
Okay, so it could. Well, if he wants to retire, it's up to him. But I don't know how many years he has on his contract left. But he's up there, and he's nowhere like his brother Peyton. But he is a pretty fair quarterback. But for this matchup, like I said, I'm for the Cowboys to win this one. Like I said, 26-18.
I really don't. Actually, let me start that over again. The Cowboys are locked in the 4th seed, so they really don't need to win this game because they already have the NFC East championship. The Giants have been playing out on a string, but they've been playing well the past 6 weeks. I think that'll show up here, but in the end, I agree with you. I think the Cowboys, are going to win this game. Final score 27-20. Cowboys. Yeah.
All right. Next one should be a pretty good matchup between these two, but this is one team that's already been playing outstandingly, really well, and this is the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints in the Superdome. So the
Superdome.
Yeah. What can you say about the New Orleans Saints with a 13-2 record? I mean, I thought maybe for sure they go undefeated, but they had a couple of losses, some of them games that they should have won. The Carolina Panthers, just with the 6-9 record, and they've lost their quarterback Cam Newton, and they've lost their other quarterback, and I heard that they signed another quarterback. So, don't really remember his name, but it really makes no difference. He'll probably be starting that matchup, but for this one, the Saints pretty much are the number 1 seed right now with a 13-2 record, and would probably get home field advantage. And I'm pretty much in favor of the Saints, no doubt in this one. I mean, what can you say about that game against the Pittsburgh Steelers last week? I mean, oh my God, that was amazing. I mean, thank God the right team won is all I can say. But it was a good matchup, and the fumble at the end was just pretty much the icing on the cake, and that's it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was a good matchup, and I think the Saints will put on a good matchup in this one against the Panthers. So, Saints go marching in for the win, 33-23.
What was he thinking fumbling that ball? I mean, he got hit hard, but come on.
Yeah.
But come on. Well, the Saints have locked up the top seed, so they will most likely rest their players at some point in this one. The Panthers are down to their last quarterback. I think his name is Kyle Allen, and he's making his first start in the NFL, just like last week with my friend, who was Taylor Heineke. made his start in the NFL last week, but he got hurt, unfortunately.
Hmm.
Even the Saints' backups should get the best of it. I think the Saints will win 26-13.
Okay. Next one now.
Who
This,
dat?
yeah, who dat? This matchup is an absolute disaster to me looking at this one. I just think this is absolutely going to be a blowout, but I don't know. But I think pretty much it is. The New York Jets and the New England
Oh, God.
Patriots in
Come
Foxborough.
on.
Yeah. It's going to be a high of 33 degrees and a low of 19 degrees, and it's going to be extremely cold there, and it's just not really like a fantastic matchup on paper, pretty much. And the Patriots, with a 10-5 record, are currently the number two. With the Texans have 10-5 as well, but they're number two and currently first in the AFC East, I believe. So pretty much, yeah, give me the damn Patriots in this one. I'd love to see an upset in this one, but maybe if the Jets can contact Chad Pennington and Curtis Martin and get them or Lavernius Coles maybe, or Santana Moss, if you remember all of them, and just get them to maybe show up and just get them a win just for the heck of it. But Patriots for the win, 32-18.
What about Vinny Testaverde?
He could be the backup. I would go with Chad Pennington, but it depends what Vinny Testaverde it is. If it's 35 Vinny Testaverde, then give me Pennington. So
What about 44 Testaverde?
I don't even care if it's 50 Testaverde. He could play at any age, but I might. So
We'll see.
yeah.
Patriots can lock up the second seed with a victory. I hope to God that doesn't happen. The Jets are playing out the string, which is a big edge for the Patriots. Sam Darnold has played well for the Jets lately, but I think he will run into problems here. Patriots will win this game and earn the bye, unfortunately. 35-14, Patriots.
All right, now that's done. We move to this next one. The Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. We just mentioned the Houston Texans with the number 3 seed in the AFC South, I believe. And, yeah, the Jaguars, I thought, pretty much were going to do a little bit better than this because the way they did last year. But now, with them benching Blake Bortles, and now he's, I think, playing for him again now, as I think they brought him back into the game on Sunday. But Houston Texans are pretty much a surprise to a lot of people. I mean, when I did my season predictions, I think I picked the Texans for third place, but I have to look that over.
Oh, wow.
But I didn't know that they'd do this well. I mean, but they're doing pretty good, and we'll see how that goes. And in this matchup, I have the Texans in this one over the Jaguars, 28-20.
The Jacksonville Jaguars would love to ruin the Texans' chances to win the division. The way the Jaguars' defense has played last week, they might be able to do so. Blake Bortles is back at quarterback, which I think is the right move because Cody Kessler, not so good. The Texans can lock up the division with a victory, so the motivation is on their side, and I think they will win. A tough one with Deshaun Watson making that big play late in the game. I think the Texans are going to win 20-17.
All right, next one. More two teams again that are, out of playoff contention. The Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field. Quite a surprise that the Packers are not going to be going to the playoffs this year. I think this is the first time in a while that they haven't gone to the playoffs.
Well, they didn't go last year.
Oh, they didn't? Okay. Well, shows you how much I didn't pay attention to them. But anyway, they fired their head coach, Mike McCarthy, which in my opinion I thought was a bad decision. The guy's been with them for a while, and the Lions pretty much just trying to get their 6th victory, maybe, or 11 losses if they lose this. But I'm in favor of the Packers in this one. Go Pack, go! Just end the year with a victory and um, just get ready for next year, and that's just about it. So, Packers Lambeau Leap for the win, 23-16.
Yeah, I agree. The Packers seem to find their defense last week, and I think that will carry over here. The Lions have defensive issues that Aaron Rodgers will exploit. Look for a big offensive showing here by the Packers. I think the Packers will win 31-21. And I agree, Mike McCarthy should have been the head coach until the end of the season.
Yep. Now, this next one is kind of like is pretty much an important game, I think, for both teams in my opinion. This is the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Redskins in Landover Field and FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. But the Eagles, of course, played against the Texans, which was a pretty good game in my opinion, without their quarterback Carson Wentz, and Nick Foles had to come in, who is going to be starting in this matchup because Carson Wentz is out for the season. And the Redskins, on the other hand, losing two quarterbacks. First one, Alex Smith, and then
Colt McCoy.
Thank you. And What?
Mark Sanchez.
God, forget that guy. I mean,
butt fumble.
Well, the guy came in and he just pretty much fucked it up. That's it.
Well, butt fumble.
So now they go with their fourth quarterback, Josh Johnson, I believe, and now this game pretty much is, well, the Redskins got a 7-8 record, and they pretty much are like at number 8 with the Minnesota Vikings at number 6 with 8-6, and the Eagles with 8-8 as well. So pretty much, my pick in this one is the Eagles. I like them in this one. They played pretty well against the Texans, while the Redskins wound up. Where are they at? They lost to the Titans. So pretty much, I just think Eagles pretty much win this one. So fly like an eagle for the victory, 26-18.
Yeah, the Eagles are making a late season push to the playoffs behind Nick Foles. Gee, that sounds familiar. Oh, that's right. He did the exact same thing last year. He has been really good. The Redskins are done, but they're still playing hard. I'm not going to give them that. Even so, look for the Eagles to win this one with the motivation of possibly winning and playing and being in the playoffs. So give me the Eagles to win 28-10.
Next one, the Los Angeles Chargers and the Denver Broncos in Denver, with a high of 48 degrees and a low of 19.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, more cold temperatures. And by the way, these are our 4 o'clock games now we're moving on to, so I forgot to mention that when I went into Eagles and Redskins game, but doesn't matter. The Chargers absolutely did not look like the usual team they are against the Ravens. Phillip Rivers had 2 interceptions, and the Ravens wound up getting the victory, while the Broncos come off a loss against the Oakland Raiders on Monday Night Football. So the Chargers pretty much are right now at number 5 with their 11-4 record, and that dropped them down a little bit. So with a victory here, it put them at 12-4, and pretty much they're going to be in the playoffs pretty much, but don't know what team they'd face. The Broncos have already been eliminated, and I believe that the Chargers will win this one because they're going to be out looking for a vengeance in this one and getting a victory pretty much, rather than what happened in that Saturday game against the Ravens. But even though, it was a good game, but we'll get into that soon. But anyway, Chargers over the Broncos, 33-21.
Yeah, the Chargers are still in play for that top seed in the AFC, while the Broncos are getting ready for vacation. The motivation edge goes to the Chargers, and they are the better team. Look for Phillip Rivers and the offense to get back on track. Chargers 27, Broncos 17.
All right, our next one is, now this one pretty much, in my opinion, is not a fantastic matchup because it's the Oakland Raiders and the Kansas City Chiefs.
I don't know about that.
Well, um, because of the fact with the Oakland Raiders, hiring head coach John Gruden and all that money, and pretty much it hasn't got him nowhere. It's given him a 4-11 record and
That's
losing,
okay.
yeah, but losing Khalil Mack and Amari Cooper pretty much, and didn't make him any better. I mean, but the only thing that was good was them pretty much upsetting the Steelers in that one game, and
But that's okay because they have like 3 first-round draft picks next year.
that's right.
So Gruden can finally get his guys, and hopefully he'll be like the Raiders of old.
Yep, like Jim Plunkett, Kenny Stabler, and
Rich Gann.
yep, and Jerry Rice, and a bunch of other people played for them. But anyway, yep, good player. I believe Charles Woodson played for them.
He did.
Yeah, good player too. Anyway, but the Chiefs with an 11-4 record with a victory here put them at 12-4. It's kind of like a battle between the Chiefs and the Chargers, but I think pretty much the Chiefs will get this victory because Mahomes has been looking pretty good, and Derek Carr for the Raiders has been so-so, good days and bad days. But once again, Chiefs over the Raiders, 33-18.
Well, Steve, if the Chiefs win here, they lock up the top seed in the AFC, which means the playoffs have to go through Arrowhead, which is going to be amazing to see that. Sea of red. Oh man, and I think that will happen, even with the Raiders. Even if the Raiders have played well the past few weeks, I still think the Chiefs' offense will be too much for the Raiders. But I think Oakland can score here as well. It'll be fun to see, but I think the Chiefs take it in the end. 38-24 in favor of the Chiefs.
Okay. Second here. All right. Next matchup. The Chicago Bears and the Minnesota...
Bears.
Yep, the Bears and the Minnesota Vikings in U.S. Bank Stadium in Minnesota. Pretty nice matchup. The Bears currently with the number 3 seed with a 11-4 record. It's been a while for the Bears that have gone to the playoffs. Last time they did, can't really remember. I want to say it was when they had Rex Grossman.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
No, it was Jay Cutler, actually.
Oh, that guy. Okay, well. All right, but anyway, the Minnesota Vikings are in the hunt too. They're at number 6 with an 8-6 record. So a victory here for the Bears put them at 12-4, and the Vikings with the loss put them at 8-7, and
1.
Right, with the tie. Forgot to mention that, but so. Give me the Bears in this one. I like them more for this, and that's pretty much it. Bears over the Vikings, 27-18.
If the Bears can get the second seed, the Bears can get the second seed if they win, and if the Rams lose, the Vikings. If the win, and they're in the playoffs.
Yep.
This is a tough one to pick, honestly.
Because
both are very good teams. So you know what? I'm gonna get a coin. I'm gonna do a coin flip. This is our usual thing we do on Lucas's side. Pick 'em. So I'm gonna get this coin here. What is this? A Sacagawea dollar coin? All right, let's do that. Heads, Bears, tails, Vikings. Here we go. Shit, where'd it go? Try it again. Boom. The Bears. Final score 24-16.
Alrighty. Next one, the San Francisco 49ers and the LA Rams. As we mentioned before about them, well, the 49ers are already out of contention. They've already been eliminated, but the Rams, as we mentioned, Currently in number 2, but with a 12-3 record, and kind of surprising to me that they're doing this well. I mean, when I did my predictions, season predictions, I think I picked them for second place, but I didn't know they'd have like 12 wins. But that's very impressive for them, and I'm
Yeah,
glad.
same.
And I mean, look at them. The people they got. I mean, that Todd Gurley guy's pretty good, and the quarterback Jared Goff, I believe it's pronounced, and yeah. So, no brainer in this one for me. I'm picking the Rams definitely. The 49ers just completely look lost and just get some draft picks and just suit up for next year. Rams over the 49ers, 33-14.
It's interesting. I think I don't know if they have the top overall seed yet or not. I'm not too sure.
Don't know.
But regardless, I think they're gonna have to rest their starters and keep them healthy for the playoffs.
Yep.
So I think the Rams are gonna do that. I have a feeling that the 49ers come. Is this in Los Angeles?
Yes, it is.
Well, I think the 49ers come into LA, and I think they shock the world, if you will. I think I get the 49ers in this one, believe it or not.
Wow.
It's going to be a low-scoring game, I think. 20-14. 20-14 in favor of the 49ers.
Wow. All right. Well, never know. All right, next one here. I think this team is probably going to get the number 1 pick in the NFL draft. I may be wrong on that, but we'll see. The Arizona Cardinals and the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, you're right. They are projected to have the number 1 overall pick.
All right. Not good.
And rightfully so, because they are not good.
Yeah. Not really good with college stuff, folks. I mean, I watch it every once in a while. Like, I'll watch maybe Maryland and stuff and a few others, but that's about it. But for this one, all right, anyway, with them facing the Seahawks in this matchup in Seattle, Washington, not really a great matchup. Just get out of the way really quickly. Seahawks over the Cardinals, 26-16.
Yeah, this one's pretty obvious. 28-10, Seattle. Yeah, Arizona's going to have the first overall pick, and it will do absolutely nothing. As for the Seahawks, they're going to the playoffs, so they might rest some guys who are a little banged up, but I think Seattle in the end takes it 28-10, Seattle.
Okay, and now that brings us to the last 3 matchups. Now, the first one will be the AFC North matchups. And the first one, the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, figured I would. I mean, but, so this matchup pretty much is in Heinz Field, as I said, in Pittsburgh. The Steelers have been falling apart from what's been happening with the games they've been playing, like against the Broncos, and then against the Raiders, and now against the Saints. So pretty much the Pittsburgh Steelers playoff hopes are definitely going down. So pretty much a win here for Pittsburgh and a loss from Baltimore would pretty much give them a playoff spot.
I don't see that happening, honestly.
Neither do I. But for the Cincinnati Bengals, could this be Marvin Lewis's final season as head coach?
Yes.
I am kind of leaning towards that too, because he's been with the team a while and they're, well,
almost 20 years.
Yeah, I mean, and he used to be a coach for the Ravens, actually. He was a coordinator back in the day before he was a head coach. But, yeah, so there you go. The Bengals pretty much would like to get this victory and pretty much put a smile on the Ravens' face, while the Steelers would want to get a win and put a sad face on the Ravens' face. But this matchup, should be pretty good. But I am definitely in favor of the Bengals, because I'd love to see them beat them and pretty much knock them out of playoffs contention, because the Pittsburgh Steelers have been going too long to the playoffs, and it's time for them to just experience not going to the playoffs.
Yep, stay at home.
Yes. So Bengals over the Steelers, 26-23.
Is Andy Dalton playing in this game? Do you know?
That I do not know. I was going to
Or
ask you that, but
still, let me check that out.
um, I have
Andy
to let
Dalton.
check the injury report or something.
Nope, he's done.
Okay.
Andy Dalton is done for the season, so it looks like we're gonna get some more of Jeff Driscoll. Whoop-de-doo! Not a problem. I think the Bengals keep it close, but in the end, unfortunately, I have to go with the Steelers. They need the win here, and they need some help from the Browns to make the playoffs. But I think the Steelers take it 34-28 in overtime.
Oof. Alrighty, and that shall bring us to, as soon as where is it? There it is. And, of course, this game, the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. So, go ahead, Alex.
Well, if the Ravens win, they're in, but it won't be easy. The Browns are playing good football, and their run defense is solid. That will make it a challenge for Lamar Jackson, but Baltimore's defense is something special, like it always has been, with Eric Weddle and Keith Sizzle and Jimmy Smith and all those other guys. And I think they will limit Baker Mayfield. And I think the Ravens will take it in a close one, 20-16 in favor of quote the Raven, nevermore, Baltimore.
So, yeah. All right, so the Ravens pretty much, from that game against the I almost said San Diego Chargers, the Los Angeles Chargers was definitely a good game. I mean, I thought for sure it was going to be a lot closer, though. I mean, Lamar looked really, really good, and Gus Edwards, the running back, was pretty good too, and the wide receivers didn't really have a lot of yards, but Mark Andrews, the tight end, did pretty good too, and the defense was absolutely spectacular, and pretty much that interception that pretty much just sealed the game right there, and there you go. I mean, yeah, like you said, our defense has always been that way for a while. I mean, going all the way back to the Ray Lewis era and Peter Boulware, if anybody remembers him, Chris McAllister, Ed Reed, Gary Baxter, DeJuan Landry, all them people that played on the Ravens defense, and they played the best they did, and they're still playing pretty good. I mean, the Ravens got off to a really bad start, and then Joe Flacco goes down with the injury. Lamar Jackson comes in and winds up winning like four games and one loss or something like that, and now this guy is pretty much going to be the starting quarterback for next year, and Joe Flacco is going to be on his way out. But where will he go? Could it be like a team like in Florida somewhere, or maybe the Washington Redskins, or wherever it may be?
There are rumors
yes,
that the Dolphins are the front runners.
That's a rumor, but of course I said before, as long as it's not Pittsburgh or New England, and of course that ain't going to happen because they got two quarterbacks, and Joe Flacco does not need to be a backup. He has 1 year left on his contract, and and if the Ravens want to release him, they still have to owe him all that money. But if he goes to another team, like if he's traded somewhere, whoever it may be, like if they trade him to the Dolphins or whatever team, it probably would be a couple of draft picks or maybe somebody on the squad there. Don't know who. But, and of course, for this matchup, I'm definitely choosing the Ravens in this one because we did not make the playoffs last year, and I don't believe we did 2 years ago, but I was looking up stats back from 2012 and 13, when the Ravens made the playoffs and all them people we had on the squad at that time, along with Joe Flacco. But like I said, for this, it should be a good matchup, and as long as the weather should be good too. I mean, a high of 42 degrees and a low of 32, but just want to see a good victory in this one and a good matchup too. The Browns have beaten the Ravens this year, unfortunately, in Cleveland, but I don't remember the last time the Cleveland Browns swept the Ravens. It had to be sometime back in like 2007 or 8 or somewhere around that time. But anyway, Ravens for the win. Final score 23-16.
All right.
All right, and the last one, the Sunday Night Football matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Tennessee Titans. Two teams pretty much that are in the hunt for the playoffs as well. The the Colts at number 6 with 9-6, and the Titans at number 7, 9-6. So a victory here will for either team will give them 10 wins, and if the Ravens win 2, it kind of feels like to me like if one of these teams wind up winning, they're going to face the Ravens, but I could be wrong about that, but I'm not too sure. But for this matchup, the last time the Ravens faced the Colts was in that wild card matchup, and it was Ray Lewis's final season in which the Ravens won all the way to the Super Bowl. And the last time the Ravens faced the Titans in the playoffs, I believe was some like 5 or 6 years ago. I don't know, but this should be a pretty good matchup, though, between these two, and I'm thinking this over a little bit and thinking, like, which team I think will win, and I'm pretty much in favor with the Titans in this one.
Oh.
It's a tough choice, but, if either team wins, either one, it doesn't really matter to me, but I just in favor of the Titans more. So Titans over the Colts, 26-21.
Well, I hate to say it, but I'm on the opposite side here.
Yep.
Well, it's not really I hate to say it, but it's just how it is.
Yeah.
So,
it's all good.
The winner of this game might be the division champion, but no, well, that may be true too. But if you win and you're in, that's what this game is about. I don't know if Marcus Mariota is going to be playing this game.
Let me check
that out.
I'm gonna check the injury report if I can. Or it's me.
Well,
it says he's questionable.
Questionable. Okay, so that means Blaine Gabbert might play, and even if that happens, I think that'll be tough for the Titans. No matter who plays at quarterback, they will play second fiddle to Andrew Luck. I think the Colts are going to the playoffs, and I think they get the W here, 28-24 in favor of the Colts.
Okay, and that's it. There's no Monday Night Football, and that's pretty much it. That's going to wrap it up here for Week 17 NFL picks. So, hope everybody enjoyed that. Yeah, they should be some pretty good games. I mean, everybody saw like how those games were last week. I mean, that's the thing. Usually Week 15, 16, 17 games are really crucial at this point. But wish the Ravens the best and hope they can definitely pull this off and go to the playoffs for the first time in like 2 years or so. But just hope all these games shall be good. So as always, if you'd like to comment what your picks are, you're welcome to comment below and say what you'd like to. You can also like this video if you'd like to, and subscribe if you have not yet. And it's not a bad thing, it's a good thing. And as always, I'd like to thank Mr. Alex for joining this video.
Absolutely, Steve. Thank you so much for having me. Are we going to do playoff predictions?
I can. I mean, I just gotta write it down and understand this, but it shouldn't be no problem. But yeah, I mean, I'm for it. So.
Well, whenever the playoffs happen, obviously.
Right. Well, that'll be sometime a week or two or something, whatever it is. So.
Next week, I believe.
Okay, we'll figure it out. But, yep.
Week starts the wild card.
Right. Well, we'll figure that out. So anyway, that's going to do it once again. So thanks for watching, everybody. And everybody enjoy your day, and you all take care. And thanks again for watching Week 17 NFL Picks.